Welcome back. This lesson will be about the language to use within a group discussion. But before we begin, I want to take a poll. What online video conferencing site did you sign up with after our last session? And my second question, why that tool? Whichever one you chose, I hope you will become familiar with it enough to do a video conference through it by the end of this module. Now let's turn back to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be looking at and practicing group discussion language such as to agree or disagree with other speakers, to clarify, which means to make sure we understand, to restate in your own words what someone else has said, to take a turn, and to show interest. Whether your group discussion takes place in person or online, you will use similar vocabulary, so the expressions you learn in this lesson will be very useful. Let's start with the language we use for agreeing and disagreeing. In the first conversation, the meeting begins and everyone agrees with the agenda.
Good morning. Does everyone agree with our plan?
Yes, I agree.
It looks good to me.
I think so too.
I definitely agree.
Great then. Let's get started.
During a group discussion, we might find it easy to agree. But when we want or need to disagree, we can feel less comfortable. Fortunately, there are many ways to disagree and still remain polite and positive. Let's see what happens here.
So here's my idea.
I'm afraid I don't agree.
I'm sorry, but I don't agree.
That's interesting, but I'd prefer something different.
Actually, I disagree.
With the right expression, it's possible to disagree and continue the conversation in a positive way. Let's now look at how to clarify information. During a discussion, it's very important to be sure that you are following the conversation. Can you hear everyone? Do you understand what the others are saying and what they mean? When you don't, you can use one of these expressions to let speakers know you would like them to clarify by repeating or explaining something that they have just said to you so that you better understand it.
Now let's move to the first item on our agenda, a review of the budget.
Excuse me? I didn't hear that. Could you say it again?
Sorry, I missed what you just said. Could you repeat that, please?
I'm sorry. Could you explain that again?
Excuse me, could you tell me what that means?
While you might feel uncomfortable and not want to ask for clarification, it's a normal part of discussion. It's better to ask than to let discussion continue without understanding. And as the speaker clarifies, you'll want your body language to show you understand. Keep your eyes on the speaker and nod your head. Finally, you can let the other person know by saying you understand or actually restating the information.
Thanks. Now I get it.
Thank you. It's a lot clearer to me now.
Let's look at how we can restate what we've heard. Restating is a great way to confirm that everyone in the discussion understands. You can use these types of expressions.
I understand. We're going to discuss money first.
I see. Our first step is to look at how much money we have and how much money we can spend.
In every group discussion, you not only want to listen to the other speaker, but you also want to make your own contributions. Let's listen to ways you can let others know that you have something to say.
Excuse me, can I say something here?
Could I interrupt you for a minute?
Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to say something here.
Of course, it's equally important to let everyone in the group have a chance to speak.
So what do you think?
Can you give me your thoughts on this?
Do you agree?
What's your opinion?
Lastly, it is important to show that you are interested in what the other person is saying. Now, as the others add their opinions and more information, you can continue to show your interest with a friendly face and positive comments like, "That's interesting." "Really? I see." So let's recap. In this lesson, I have introduced expressions and language for group discussions. These help the other people in the group know that you are following the discussion and that you are interested. By including these expressions, you can agree, disagree, clarify, restate, interrupt, include everyone, and show interest. Practice these expressions and you will be on your way to fluent participation in group discussions. Practice and use some of these expressions in your next in-person or video conference meeting.